Hello, everybody. Welcome to the latest episode of My Life with Asperger's. My name is Mike Demaro, and this episode we're going to talk about relationships. Now, the relationships we're going to talk about is the romantic side. So, don't think this is like friend relationship, work relationship, family relationship. We're going to talk about romance relationships. Now, I have learned through other Asperger's videos that us with Asperger's have a hard time settling down, or well, not settling down, but trying to get a relationship in. It's hard for us because it's like, what do we say? How do we approach how do we approach the our mate? You know, I know that I have not had any relationships in my lifetime, so I don't really know how it is to be in a relationship, but I hear that people in relationships and on how they do, and it's hard. You gotta find somebody, first of all, and try to learn about them and see if you really like the person or not. And then if you like the person, you may want to try saying, hey, if you're single, or if they're already seeing somebody, or, you know, maybe good things will come of it. You know? I wish I can try that approach, but every time I try that approach, the person's either been taken, or they have a child, or, you know? Because, let me tell you, in high school, there was like this one girl that I absolutely liked. And I really wanted to try to get her to be my partner, or get her to be my girlfriend and all. And I had a real hard time getting her. I had a crush on her. And look, I'm not going to say any names, so do not ask me who I'm talking about. But the person that knows, they know who you are. So if you're that person, you know who you are. I'm not going to say any names. All right? Well, anyways, in high school, I really liked this girl. The only problem is, every time I tried to ask her, she already had a boyfriend. You know? It's like, what am I supposed to do? You know? And then there was this other girl I liked too, but, well, I don't know what happened, but obviously we didn't hook up, so. Anyways, or I think she had a boyfriend too, so let's put it that way. I didn't really find any relationships when I went to college. I didn't really find any relationships when I went to the Disney College program. But now, would I consider dating somebody from work if I had to? 10% yes. And I'm going to say why. Because you don't want to mix in your work relationship with romantic relationships. You know, as an Asperger person, you have to work with the person, and if you try and make them upset, or if you have a relationship with the person and then you break up, then it'd be real hard to work with that person again. You know what I mean? So I would not recommend having a work relationship, or actually having a relationship with somebody from work. Best thing is to have a relationship outside of work, you know, or try to find a group, you know. Now, what I've been trying to do to try to find a mate is I've been going online, and somewhat that has been working, somewhat it has not. I haven't really dated anybody. In fact, You know, one time I was online and I told this person where I worked, and then she told me where she worked, and we got to know each other a little bit online. And then, you know what? We ran into each other at work. Well, we worked at different locations, but we ran into each other, you know? That was pretty cool that we ran into each other, you know? But, anyways, for me, I'm trying to find a mate. I do want to get married, and I do want to have children. You know, I want someone to pass down my last name. I want someone to marry me so they can have my last name too. You know, it's a good last name to have. It's a great last name to have. And you know, the person who does eventually marry me, you know, or is the person to have my children with me, they're going to have a great family to get into, because not only am I related to Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States of America, one of the greatest presidents of all time, but I am also related to the former mayor of Springfield, Massachusetts, back in the 70s and 80s. So you're going to get into a pretty good family here if you choose to date me and marry me and decide that you want to become a member of my family. You know what I mean? And and you're going to also learn that you're going to have in-laws that are actually in Italy. I have cousins that live in Italy, and you'll get to learn. You'll get to meet them, and you know, though I haven't met them yet. Anyways, I know it's real hard for someone with Asperger's to have a relationship with somebody, because most of the time they're gonna not want to have a relationship with you, and I know it's real hard, but it'll work out if you just become friends and all. Sometimes you just have to find the right person to have the relationship with. So I I keep my head on high that I'll find the right person for me, and you need to keep your head up high to find a person that you want to be with too. Just find someone that likes the same things as you do, you know? Find someone outside of work if you wanted to, or find someone they go to school with, and you know? I know I could have had a chance of having a high school sweetheart, but that chance, I don't think I'll ever have that chance again, you know? And plus, I moved down to Florida last year, so I don't know if it would have ever worked out that we both lived in different locations. Even though I do come up to Massachusetts like twice or three times a year. Well, it was three times this year. I don't know. Future years might be twice a year, so. Anyways, I would like to end on that note, and I would like to thank you for watching this video. And if you have any questions on any of the episodes, please feel free to ask me. But just don't ask for anybody's name, because I'm not going to say the names on here. I don't want to offend anybody if I say any names on here, you know. If I say any names on here, I don't want to cause any trouble, so I'm not going to say any names. So don't ask me for the names. Thank you so much.